Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Mopia Shaha aka Dr. GEE, and here I am with another video about how you can ace your second Prof MBBS like a pro. The best thing about second Prof MBBS syllabus right now is that you don't have to study 4 subjects. Rather, you just have 3 important subjects, but the important thing here is that these are going to be your foundation for everything that you're going to face ahead, be it your final year MBBS or your Neetpg NSET or even your general practice. That's why make sure that you watch the video till the end to know everything that you need to know about second Prof MBBS. The first subject is pharmacology, and this subject is going to stay with you all throughout your life, irrespective of whatever branch you're going to take. Also, this is one of the most volatile subjects that you're going to come across in MBBS. Hence, revising it at regular intervals is the key to succeed. Talking about books, the best book that comes across in our mind is KD Tripathi. It's huge, it's vast, but trust me, if you can actually read this book, it's worth it. It has all the information that you need to have in pharmacology, but in a very detailed and descriptive manner. It's not given in a summary wise pattern, even though there are few charts and tables, but still the book is actually tough to revise during examinations. In fact, from my personal POV, I read this book line by line as this was my favorite subject in second year, but still I found it difficult to revise from the same book during my examinations. Hence, if you're one of those who prefers to go for crisp and concise information, then you can opt for Dr. Garg's review of pharmacology, about which I have always got very good review, even though I haven't used it personally. Talking about faculties, almost all the faculties that I have come across in pharmacology are really great, and I can't really name any one of them. I personally attended Dr. Bharat Kumar VD's lectures, and he presented the information in a very simple and catchy manner. Coming to pathology, the second subject, Robbins is the all-time greatest choice in this subject, as it gives you a very detailed insight to the surgical and clinical aspects as well. As for me, I covered a few topics from Robbins, but I couldn't complete the entire book in my second year as it's really very fast. So my second choice was Harsh Mohan's Pathology. This book is also very vast, but it has a lot of illustrations, flowcharts, and tables, which makes the book easier to revise during exams. Also, I revised using the mini Harsh Mohan books that comes along with the main book, and that is why I could easily revise the entire subject during my exams. Talking about faculties, I think it's my duty to introduce you to the OG Dr. Preeti Sharma, because of whom pathology became really easy and interesting for like most of the students. And if you think that you do need a helping hand in this subject in your second year, then ma'am is all you need to know. Also, don't forget to practice the slides and diagrams in pathology, as they play a very important role in both your MBA examinations and your entrance examinations. Coming to the last subject, that's microbiology. In this subject, we have two very standard textbooks that are followed by most of the students, Apurva Shastri and Panikar. I personally chose Apurva Shastri as it has information in a more organized manner. You will also need to buy a book for parasitology separately, which is also written by Dr. Apurva Shastri. I don't need to mention the name of the best faculty here again, because it's the same Dr. Preeti Sharma here once again. You might have noticed that I did not mention any review book for pathology and microbiology, and that's for two main reasons. The first reason is that you should actually try to cover these two subjects in details, because as I have already mentioned, they are very important for your general practice and entrance as well. The second reason is that if you study regularly, then you can actually cover the main textbooks that I have mentioned for these two subjects. But in any case, if you are not able to cover the main textbooks, then you can go for Dr. Preeti Sharma's notes with or without her videos. But that's the only better alternative that I can suggest you for these two subjects. Apart from these three subjects, you also need to start studying medicine from second year itself, so that you can continue it in your third prof part 1, finish it in your third prof part 2, and prepare it well during your NEET PG preparation. Studying medicine in second year is not a choice anymore, it's mandatory, because in third prof part 1, you will not get time to study any major subject because you have 4 subjects there. Even if you cannot go into the details of medicines, at least try to understand the basics, like going to the ward, doing the general examination, systemic examination, knowing about the various terms like anemia, clubbing, cyanosis, understanding basic EKG, and all that. And in fact, these 3 subjects that you're going to study in second year are the pillars of medicine. So if you can study them in a combined approach, then you will be able to understand the concepts in a much more holistic manner. Now let's talk about the approach to the second Prof MB examination. The first point is about how much time you will need for revision. Roughly speaking, you will need a time of about 10 weeks for a proper revision. The first revision for pharma will take about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks for patho and micro each, summing to about 8 weeks time. For the second revision, you will need around a time of 5 days for each subject, summing to about 15 days, which is roughly 2 weeks. The second point is that if you have been following your regular textbooks throughout the year, then try to follow the same textbooks for your revision also. Try to avoid changing the textbooks. The third point is that don't miss out on the last 10 to 15 years of questions. For this, you can use two approaches. The first approach is that you can collect all the questions beforehand and try to find their answers in your regular textbooks and mark the page number of that particular answer near your questions. The second and the easier approach is that you can buy the book called Quest, which is available for each subject, and it contains all the questions along with their ideal answers, and you can easily use it for revision just before your examination. The fourth point is that don't forget to practice the slides and diagrams, especially for patho and micro, because these are very important even for your entrance examinations. Talking about my own experience in second year, this was the one where our batch started taking the various responsibilities of senior, and I also tried to participate in most of the events as much as I could. I tried to study daily for about 2 to 3 hours whenever possible, and I could finally achieve an honors in pharmacology and pathology. And as I always say, that MBBS is a journey of consistency. So just keep going and present yourself with the best version of you. That's all for today's video. Thank you and take care.